the beginning, have been wanting for the people who are being arrested to be immediately relaxed. Yes. Hello everyone, welcome to Cool Buzz, welcome back to another video. It is Saturday today and we are here to bring you the latest news or to update you about the Senzo Meyiwa murder case. Senzo Meyiwa brother wants the 5 suspects who are behind bars. These five suspects that are being arrested by the court, they should be immediately released from all accusation against them. As you all know, it's about sometimes that Senzos Brother always keep on insisting, saying that people who are being arrested, they're not the right people. Instead, people who are supposed to be arrested, they're still free out there. Those are people who had killed Senzo Meyiwa. So for that reason, he never believed with the service that the police has given to the court, saying that the 5 suspects here who are inside the court are the right people who had killed Senzo Meyiwa. So in this video, we are going to break it down for you guys to make you understand some of the reasons why Sifiso Meyiwa had to ask the court so that they can get to release these 5 suspects. And what do you guys think about it? Of course, at the end of this videos, we would like also to give you our best analytics, as we always do. So stay tuned, watch this video until the end so that you can get to understand exactly what had happened in these few days. So before we get to continue, first of all, I would like to brief you out about what happened this week. Well, as you all know, it was on Tuesday, whereby in the court it was suspended because advocate Mushulolo, she had to ask the court to give her enough time in order for her to go ahead and try to read or understand the second docket which has been revealed to the court. Guys, we now having 2 dockets, which was very surprisingly, though advocate Mushulolo, she did not saw this coming, because I don't blame her. I think that was also a mistake that she committed from her side, because if she was willing to work together with advocate Tefo Malisela, then I believe it was going to be easy for her to be in the possession of this second docket. Apparently, she had heard that there's a second docket that exists, but inside the court or in her hands, she never get a chance to see this docket until last Tuesday, when she was about to start crossing examinations with the surgeon Tabo Mosia. She ended up receiving this second docket, and in this second docket, it is written there, or it's being signed, that the 7 people who were in that house where Senzo Meyiwa was killed, they have to be arrested. So that docket, it was signed apart from these 5 suspected that we are seeing inside the courts. So apparently, it was either we have these 7 people who were inside the house when Senzo Meyiwa was killed, or either we have the other people that were seen inside the courts. So that was going to be something about like 12 people who supposed to be inside that court. Unfortunately, we only see these 5 suspects that they are showing us inside the court, that the one who had killed Senzo Meyiwa, though they plead to say that they are innocent, and the court is still ongoing, so that they will have to prove their innocence about what had happened. But guys, we sit and sleep, we find out that Senzos Brother, Sifiso, who've been like the head of the house right now since the Senzo's father had passed on. So this man is, for some times now, that he's been insisting, saying that the people who are being arrested inside the court, they're not the right people. And he's been saying this long time ago, and that is the reason why today me and you will get to know who's advocate Malisela Tefo, because it was Sifiso who went on and tried to find advocate Malisela Tefo, and who went on to find Kerry Niel. So because he never believed the service which the police have done, He never believed that people who are being arrested or people who are being accused for killing Senzo Meyiwa, they're not the right people. So he went on, he found this advocate so that they will come and try to prove to the court that no, actually these people, they had nothing. They might be criminals. And please remember here, we are not saying that people who are inside that court, they're not criminal. No, they are criminals because there are some charges or some other issue which they have done before. But having something to do with Senzo Meyiwa's murder case, that is something separate. Because according to what we have heard so far from these people, apparently two of them, they were in jail when Senzo Meyiwa was killed. So that obviously it is more impossible to be in jail at the same time to be at Kelly Kumalo's house to kill Senzo. That is something that we're not gonna believe. But when they were being presented to the court, Senzo Meyiwa's brother stood and said that you guys are trying to cover the real murder of Senzo Meyiwa. For that reason, we're gonna fight. We want to know exactly what had happened, and we want to find the right people who had assassinated Senzo Meyiwa. That is how things got to the court. Now that, guys, you all know about Advocate Mushulolo. She's a woman, and she has been bringing also some good, interesting tactics that she's been applying in this murder case whenever she was trying to question Sergeant Thabo Mosia. So she has raised up a lot of points until this week on Tuesday, in the morning before the court get to start, she ended up finding out that no, there is a second docket, and in this docket they had signed for some people which names were mentioned. And here we're talking about Kelly Kumalo, a mother Gladness Kumalo, we're talking about Zandi Kumalo, we're talking about who's this one, Chiko Twale-san, what is his name again? Longo Twala. We're talking about Senzo Meyiwa, two best friends who were also in that house. So in total of this docket, it was assigned that 7 people they should be arrested. Unfortunately, that did not happen. So it has raised a lot of questions. And therefore, the brother of Senzo Meyiwa, in behalf of the whole family, they think that this is just wasting of time, and they call for the court to release immediately the 5 accused who are being behind police custody, so that they will go free and they have to deal with the real killer of Senzo Meyiwa. And guys, there's this one thing they always say: there is no smoke if there's no fire. Thanks all to everyone who are busy liking the video. If you have not liked the video, please feel free to do so. We will really do appreciate that. So I was saying that they always said that there's no smoke without fire. This smoke, this rumor of always going, that's been going around, saying that people in that house, they know something. People who are in that house, they have done something to Senzo Meyiwa. This rumor keep on growing up. Apparently, there's a lot of things that had happened that night. And I have an article here in front of me that I'm going to read for you, each and every word that Senzo Meyiwa, Senzo's brother, had said on the media when he was asked a question about what is going on inside the court, because so far they don't want even to come participate in this, because they believe that the court is trying to judge wrong people. Instead, the right people, they still free out, they're walking free. Yes, some of them we can see how they are busy posting on social medias, showing us how they're doing good. At the same time, we ask ourselves a question to know, how is Senzo's family, special Senzo's mother, how is she feeling? How is she coping with all this? Because let's say you are innocent. For the fact that my son was killed in your house, and me, I'm still mourning my son, trying to find out what had really happened in that house. At the same time, seeing you living your life like nothing had happened, I think that will raise a question, isn't it? I believe you guys will you agree with me. So the question, the article that I wanted to read to you here, guys, is from the eyewitnesses. So it says, Senzo Meyiwa is always insisting about the 5 suspect men who are being arrested by the police. the men who were in the dock for his brother's murder were innocent. And that is what I just said here not long ago. The brother of Senzo Meyiwa has called for the immediate release of the men currently being tried or being arrested for his murder. 5 men are being arrested in the Pretoria High Court for a robbery. That's what they want us to make. They want to make us believe, at the home of Meyiwa's girlfriend Kelly Kumalo, that result in Senzo Meyiwa murder case in 2014. But the court has now heard how the National Prosecuting Authority (NPA) was split in decision on who should be prosecuted. It has been revealed that the Johannesburg division of the NPA had charged the people who were in that house when Meyiwa died, including his girlfriend Kelly Kumalo, for murder and defeating the hand of justice. Sifiso Meyiwa has been always insisting in his instance that the men who were in the dock for his brother's murder were innocent for this crime. I have been saying that for a long time ago. No one entered the house, and those 5 suspects, they don't know anything about this case. The police are just lying. They even try to bribe them, but they refuse, says Sifiso Meyiwa. That is Senzos Brother who says that. He goes on again to say that I always said the same thing, in unison with the lawyers for the accused, on how this matter end up in court. Witness saying that the scene was tampered with, and there are people in high position came and filmed on that night when Senzo was shot, and there was a meeting, and after that meeting they changed the story, saying that Senzo was shot by mistake. Meyiwa said that with the recent development, South Africans will finally know the truth about his brother's murder. Guys, there's one paragraph here that really bring my attention. We all see how Advocate Malisela Tefo had tried to explain to the court that there were a meeting after Senzo died. There were a meeting of the high police or high officer, because when we're talking about officers, obviously we see the police. After knowing that, finding out that Senzo has been killed, they had a meeting. After that meeting, that died on by mistake, or the robbery went wrong. That is when this story came true. Before that, no one was having the version of saying that no, Senzo Meyiwa, there were some 2 people who entered the house, and they tried to steal and things went wrong. That's how Senzo died. So that is a story that these officers who decided to come with this idea after they had this meeting. And now the question is to know who, okay, the question I'm trying to put to you guys is to know, like, who came up with this idea, and who were they trying to protect? Because if they had nothing to hide, then I think they should not cover the real version of what had happened in the house. And I thank God right now for the fact that at least there were about 7 people in that house who witnessed what had happened, and then they can get to tell us exactly everything that we need to know. Because imagine if this kind of lies or this kind of docket that they have decided to come and show us or tell us about how Senzo died, if it was something that took place where there were only 2 people or 3 people, who was going to tell the truth? Because honestly speaking, right now what we see is that people who are in that house, they are busy betraying each other. They are busy telling the truth, because some of them, they don't want to go to jail. Some of them, they just realize that, no, look, I don't see why I should not tell the truth when this matter does not even really concern me. I don't want these things to get ugly. At the end of the day, they'll come and arrest me as an innocent. So I rather cooperate right now and tell my side of story, try to explain what had happened in on that night when Senzo Meyiwa was killed. And that's the reason why you guys saw Advocate Marcella Tefo, with all the confidence, he said that there is a eyewitness who explained how Kelly Kumalo had accidentally pulled the trigger to kill Senzo Meyiwa. And these are serious allegations that Advocate Marcella Tefo had raised inside the court. And there is no a way that it will bring such things to the court if you don't have any proof, or if there's not any this eyewitness. It would have been another thing if he had decided to say, for an example, like there is a witness, but he is said about eyewitness. And when they are talking about eyewitness in this case, we see the people who were in that house. We see the 7 people who were there when Senzo Meyiwa was killed. So that is what it now confirms on what I keep on saying, that the 7 people who were in that house, they are busy betraying each other. What they had agreed to tell the world how Senzo Meyiwa was killed, it's not what they have done. And if you guys look very nice, you'll see that besides the names of the name of Kelly Kumalo, which is being mentioned several times, there is the second person names which is being also mentioned. That will be Longo Twala. Longo Twala, because is the person who had bring the gun inside. Kelly Kumalo is the person who had pulled the trigger. But what about the remaining of people who were in that house? That is where we should raise our attention to get to know exactly why are them not being mentioned. Obviously, you will tell that wherever there is a crime, not everyone will have to be implicated in that crime. So there will be people who will be there just to be like a eyewitness, and there will be people who will be there to help, or people will try just to separate you in case if you guys are fighting. And I believe the remain of these people, that the one who had tried maybe to intervene, but unfortunately it did not work. Maybe it was too late by then. So another thing that makes sense in all this, I just want you guys to remember that by then Kelly Kumalo, she was having a 3-month baby girl in her hands. That could be also one of the reasons maybe they said, no, look, what happened had happened. We can't tell the truth, because if we tell the truth, this person will go to jail. Maybe among these people who are supposed to go to jail, the name of Kelly was also maybe. I'm not assuming. I'm just saying maybe. Maybe the name of Kelly Kumalo was there. And they look on the other side that she's a mother. She need to raise a children and protect her. So if you have to protect her, what strategy do you have to use? That is where now the lies start. Now that matters are being in the hands of the courts, guys, these are serious allegations, and I'm afraid to say that on Monday, some drama, some serious scandal will happen in the court. And I promise you that we'll be here to give you all the updates. Because on Monday, they're not going to continue with the questioning that which was on Undergo. Instead, on Monday, they're just going to see whether they're going to postpone again this trial for the next 2 years, or for the next 2 months, or for the next 2 weeks. It all depends on Advocate Zandile Mushlolo. because she's the only person who had to decide whether she will have to how much time does she need in order for her to go through this docket that they had just presented to her. So guys, what we should maintain from this video is that the Meyiwa's family, for them, since they never believe in the since they never believe for the fact that these five suspects they've been arrested in Senzo Meyiwa's murder case, they simply ask the court to release them and try to arrest the right people who have to answer or try to explain what had happened to Senzo Meyiwa. And that is the reason why Senzo Meyiwa decided to speak to the media, and we just read the article about what he said, trying to explain his reasons, because he never buy the story of the five suspects. He believed that police have planned all these things and police have lied to South Africans trying to protect some individuals. So for that reason, he simply asked the court to release these people to be free from all the charge and try to bring the right people inside the court so that they can explain exactly what had happened that night. Yes. And we are here to keep you updated. We are here to try to summarize everything, give you our best analytics and commentary at the same time. But please note, we are not the judge to decide who's right and who's wrong, or who's guilty and who's not guilty. The only things we do our analytics and do our commentary. Simple is that. I believe you guys, you had also really enjoyed that. So please do like these videos and subscribe to the channel if you don't want to miss some of our videos, because that's what we do in this channel. We talk about actualities that are facing our country in general, and then we come up with our best analytics. So please be part of this big family by subscribing to the channel and give us your thumbs up. We'll really do appreciate that. My name is Dopsy, by the way, and I'll have to leave you now because my time is up. I'll see you again very soon, tomorrow if possible, or but on Monday for sure I'll be here with you. So tomorrow I'm not really promising. Bye bye, take good care.